Hey guys, we were dealt 7 deuce in the big blind. Thanks for joining me today. Action around, we checked the big blind. Looks like there's 3 players, 2 limped in. Ace, king, 3 board, 2 hearts. No one stabs at it. Ace on the turn. Wouldn't be too worried about someone having an ace here. Um, I think that person's just betting just a bet, but we don't really have much to defend. Let's see how this kind of goes and kind of plays out. Thanks you guys for watching this video. I will we'll go into talking about some things here. This app is a Chinese app. Looks like they hit a flush that I play on. I'm lucky to be backed by someone. Playing a good 10, 20, or 25, 50 no limit hold'em game online. I was just with Athena Cat at the Hawaiian Gardens here in Southern California. She's a great person. She's dedicated to the game. She definitely wants to learn more. Anything we can do, anything I can do to help people kind of be better. Let's see. Kind of want to test to see where I'm at. Someone might have like 10 jack, 6, 7, 11, 8, maybe a bigger kicker, 9, 9 and we lose. Hearts get there. We'll check this. Athena's really cool. She definitely has heart in the game. Anything, if you guys are interested in the game or want to learn more about the game, I'm here to help people be better at the game, be better at life, and how to enjoy it. Pot size bet. I mean, what can we really beat here? We really check the flush. Does he have a 9 in lick position? We can check their V pair, right? I don't remember their history all the time. We'll call king, queen, queens and ace, king board. We'll let that go. That's fine. We're up 2,500. We bought in for 4K. We are down 10K today. So we're kind of grinding it back tonight, and we'll go from there. We're not too far behind in games like this. 5, 10K loss. It's just a couple of sessions away from of getting it back. Although I did lose 8K and 4 2K buy-ins. If I buy in for 4K, I expect to win at least 4K. You want to double your money in many instances playing this big. Doubling your money, I mean, that's great. The guy who raced it here, he's been very active today. I think he's trying to pick his spots a little bit better because I did bust him. That's how I did chip up pretty good there, increasing my stack by over 50%. Ace Jack suited on the button with all these callers. We could call here and just see the flop multiple ways, which I'm going to do. Never know. These people, I mean, they'll play anything. Even if we raise it here, we would have to raise it pretty big in order to isolate. So ace high flop. I think we might even be good here with these players. Got 2/3 pot. I mean, most of them will check. Deuces, 4s, ace 10 or ace king, ace queen. They're definitely betting. Ace 4, I would definitely lead out, especially if I'm in the hand. There's no point checking. We might be up against like a 3, a 5, or club draw in this case. So this guy is calling. Let's see what we get to. I have history with this guy. He would definitely call for a flush draw there. He might have hit it. I know his range for sure. He might be representing a club. He might even be behind here, or we're drawing dead. That's why we should have isolated with ace jack there. He didn't have much chips. He started with like, I don't know, 1,200, 1,100. That's how bad he is. That's okay. We're not gonna make that mistake again. make that mistake too many times, it'll cost you a lot of money, like it did me there. So should have isolated with ace jack off, especially against a loose razor. That's my mistake, and it cost me a shitload of money. I have this issue of not folding, especially top pair versus these loose ass players. So it happens. Queen 3 off, we'll just fold. We're not paying any antes, 10, 20, no ante game. There are bigger games like 25, 50 with a $5 ante or even $10 ante. They have this 10, 20 with a $2 ante or a $5 ante, which helps build the pot. Sometimes that's what we want. So let's see here. Board runs out, 4 cards straight, 10 jack will take it down, any 10 more likely will take it down. People on this site will call you with like 2 pair, even with a 4 card straight on the board if you bet right. Extracting max value, we'll try to do that. I am in for 10K today. Not how I wanted to end the week. In the week, I am actually positive roughly 70K. Minus 10K today, so I'm up 60K. Should be up more than that. This guy's actually thinking. Don't know what he's doing. He's usually pretty quick at. So usually if they take that long, it's a fold, or they're gonna just bomb it back at us. So be able to take that down with King Jack suited in mid position there. Get dealt this hand. But we'll be able to exploit this table, you know. But let's talk football a little bit. You know, this is a game where we're just going to be kind of grinding it down. Football-wise, Kansas City Chiefs doing real well. NBA looks like the Cleveland Cavaliers are doing well. Golden State Warriors is doing well. Most other teams, I mean, they're just kind of fighting for second place, second, third, and fourth. In the NBA, NHL is starting to heat up. I am doing. Just want to let you guys know. Hey, check out my website, winatpoker.com. It's my last name, NGUYEN, like the World Series champ. We win. Winatpoker.com. You guys can find me on Instagram at winpoker, Mr. Win. Poker on Facebook and Twitter. Definitely check out my business card. My business card is pretty legit. Once it comes out, it's an Ace of Spades playing card that has my information on there. We'll live stream this for another 45 minutes, hoping to take our 4K to about 7 or 8K. We're gonna play tight. 10-8 suited. I don't like limping under the gun. I typically will raise it because I want to play. I don't want to get bet off of my hand. So I like to lead in hands, because leading in hands you'll be able to take control. Get a loose player to call there. I don't even know what that character is. These players will, check raise you, so gotta be careful. Get a really favorable flop into pair. There is a diamond draw out there. Jack 9, Jack Queen will come along typically. Get the loose player to fold, both of them fold to take down a decent pot before going to the blinds here. Check out my website. I'm going to do a blog starting December 13th, which is roughly 3 or 4 days away. Doing the 12 days of Christmas. Want to highlight people, not necessarily for poker, for a good cause, for companies that need that assistance to get themselves over that hump. I have 5 companies I'm currently writing for. I hope I can get 12. It'll be good. we completely whiff. Check someone bets we vote. Let's see here. You can check hand history once this pops up here. Check hand history, kind of see where, what people were playing in this game, what they possibly could be limping with, what their hand ranges are, so we'll know how to play against them on certain types of boards. 7, 7, 10. We'll check vote here. We're not risking a lot in this game because of no annies. And no annies less stops the bleeding if we are running card dead and everyone is playing except us. Hate to be that kid on the playground that everyone's playing and it's not us. Send me what you guys are definitely wanting to talk about. I can bring this up in the next sessions and stuff. That's the type player. So I could raise him on the button. He'll more likely vote. If he plays back, then we're just tossing him money. So ace 4 off. We need to get these players kind of in the action. More likely just vote here. No, we can talk poker news, right? Let's see what's happening in the poker news. Where are we going? PokerNews.com. While we're kind of watching people play. Top stories, WPT 5 Diamond. I love the Bellagio and their December tournaments. It's like the place to be. I mean, Bellagio does it very well where the major tournaments are, where all the other tournaments are not happening. I think big news today, Phil Hellmuth always making the spotlight. Talking about he's going to play more WPT so they can win the WPT title. Let's see. I mean, I would love to play more tournaments myself to hopefully gain another major title. I only have one. That was a River Series, like a $350 buy-in, $300K guarantee tournament. Can you get max value out of that? I mean, that's what they do on the side. They just call you with like top pair, big kicker. You can have a straight or a set, and you can have them be drawn dead. Typically, always a sweater in this game, but you know how it is. Let's see here. Like I was saying, I do kind of want to, play more tournaments myself. But tournament is a grind. You don't want to. Kind of want to be able to balance cash games and tournament play. Speaking with people, they're addicted to tournament play, but it's a whole different animal. I've been fortunate to play for 15 years. Played in both tournament and cash games. I've been successful in both. Made quite a few final tables. I played a lot of the daily events in poker for tournaments, and won a lot of those. Cashing $500 to $1,000 a day. Back in the days, right? I mean, that was easy money. Queen 9 rivers over Queen Jack. That's unfortunate for Queen Jack. And it's like I said, it's a whole different animal. The math plays more in tournament play than it does in cash game. Cash game, it's you play your cards, you play the player, and you try to get it in good when you can. You can afford to sit back a little bit more because you can rebuy and add more money to your stack if you run low. And in a tournament, on the other case, I mean, you're fighting for survival. You know, with 80 to 85% of the people losing, 95% of the people losing in every tournament, you just have to understand that um, you're gonna lose. I mean, that 80 to 90% lose ratio of every player that buys into a tournament. Now there are these re-entry tournament structures that a lot of people, you know, they like, right? They bust out, buy back in as a whole new player, and that adds up to the entries. Um, and that's what kind of skewers the numbers on entries these days. In reality, you know, the average person buys in at least twice into a tournament now, especially with the re-entry format or the multi-day format. With that being said, you're actually playing in a field of less than the actual number for sure. So people are just, you know, they don't realize it. The media is making it seem like it's 800 players when technically you're only playing against, you know, 600. Check. Wait, let me check. Check plus draw. King, devil 4. I don't know what that. These queens. I probably should have got the 10. That's okay. We gave it a shot. We bought in for 4K up to 5,300 after we donked off about 1,200 to the player to our right there. He's been sitting a little tighter. Probably should have 3-bet ace jack suited in position. My mistake, which cost me heavily. You know, it's good to isolate people, even in a cash game. They say do it in a tournament, but you can especially want to do it in a cash game because heads up. I mean, the math is in your favor, even though math odds are definitely are more for tournament play. But in a cash game, I mean, if you're holding, you know, you're holding ace jack in a cash game, and there's a whole bunch of limpers. You put people on their ranges of what they're going to fold. Most people will fold ace X suited. Most people will call king queen suited, king jack suited, things like that. Depends on your player history. We talked about player history earlier today, and based off of that, I mean, you don't want to go up against a tight player, but you know, even with a loose player, you gotta know your spot, especially if they're fighting back at you. You're sitting there with kings. I mean, you have to give them some type of respect that they might even have aces to beat you overall. So we're gonna try to run this up to about 7 to 8K, hopefully here in the next 30 minutes while we have you guys on. Today was pretty tight. People are just. Did that person just reload? They did reload, didn't they? Person to the top right there. You get to see how much they bought in for. King 5. Yeah, that person did reload. Top right there. So they're in for 6K. So they're at 4,700. This guy's a fish, so he'll practically call you down with anything. Okay. What can he have there that he three bet with? We can go suicidal and just re-raise him back. Which I might do. He called us, which means he has something. What's his fold ratio here? We call. Use the piece stack. Kind of want to take this pot down, so we'll put them all in to see how serious he is. Oh, he called it up. Oh, yeah, turn 2 pair. That was a dumb move. Not with these now. Alright, won't do that no more. Playing so bad today. Man. Trying to overplay. I overplayed, you know, putting people in certain hands. He might have had a flush draw, but he checked. Means he didn't. Should have put him on that ace since he re-raised this. He's loose, but I guess he's not that loose. Let's see here. This player, we're running pretty bad. We're barely even hitting these boards or hitting them at all. We're just like dumping chips. Hoping to get better hands and run this back up and get even and then work from there. But this is typically what I do every day. I can live stream this starting, soon. If you guys are on, definitely appreciate you guys for watching or rewatching these videos. 2-3 suited, 2-3x on the button. And this guy only has 130. Good. We'll auto fold here. Bad sign for us. I didn't realize he only had 130. Last week though, I was down to like 300 chips and got it back. Plus like, I ended up winning like 500 or something like that. I was in pretty deep. Ace King loses to Ace-7 so far. It's 7 out. Ace-7 out flopping Ace King. 4-4 chop pot, King to win. Other than that, Ace-7 looks pretty solid. You can't insure in this game. It's pretty cool. So, feel like somebody's gonna suck out on you. Definitely want to insure your hand, especially if they got like a flush draw or a banana or something. Against your set. Alright, so King 5, late position. Kind of want to say, hey, if you're going to play King 5 suited, raise with it. People make the mistake of just leaping. You're not going to get max value if you hit your hand, right? So you do want to raise. And we get a favorable flop here. 6 makes our hand. We can backdoor flush. The ace peels off. We can bet this again, representing an ace. We get called twice. Alright. What did he call us twice with here? Can we bet him off unless he gets an ace? Yeah. More likely he didn't have an ace, so that's why we bet there. We represented the ace because we pre-flop raise, and then we bet we got called, we bet the turn, ace hits the river, we bet strong. Most of these players will fold. Especially they were in the blinds. They would have to have something like ace-9, turn 2 pair against this. Call this guy. I think the table's kind of tightened up, so we're gonna have to be careful when we hit like top pair with the king kicker or something. Well, here it is. Just talking about top pair with king kickers to a guy who raised it. He can have ace queen. He can have ace king. He can have king queen for all we know. Let's see, 255. He shows. We're calling. Could raise. No, this guy has. He has 75 to call. Deuce hits. He's gonna have ace jack to beat. He has to have ace jack to beat his queens or kings, or even aces. He might have a deuce. Can't let him catch a 10 if he does have a 10. That's not very good there. No, we'll pass. Pass on insurance. Good win for us. I think that puts us close to even. Not bad. No more donk bets. That's my problem. Donk bets. Get a lot of players that do that. Did see a hand earlier today where it's queens versus ace kings suited, and they ran it once in a live casino. Pretty interesting that they only ran it once. The guy who had ace king, he's been playing. He was bluffing a lot. He bluffed up about 3K before he got ace king, and then he ended up losing 5K after that. He was in for over 10K when I saw people were just waiting for him to raise, and they would just call him down, and it would give up 1K, 2K on a 1020. 1020 game, I mean, 5K, 3 to 5K buy-in. You know, most people who play that level, I mean, they have, first of all, they have a bankroll. Second of all, I mean, they know how to play the game. The lower the stakes, the less talented people are. Ooh, set over set. Nasty. Nasty. That happened to, I put that hurt on somebody the other day. Oh, such a bad spot for him. I'm gonna grab me something to drink. Let this get dealt, and I'll be right back. And I'm back. So this site is called Poker Masters. It's an app for iPhone or iPad. Many countries, many languages, many currencies that you can play on this app. Let's see here. Forward to a raise. Maybe I should not have. Ace 8. No, of course not. That's up. Gotta be careful when you're playing hands like Ace 8, Ace 10, to a raise pot, you know, and they can have overs like 9s, 10s, jacks, and you're like behind. It's so sick when that happens, right? You're like, ooh, I made a good call. Thinking Ace 10 outflops Ace King, and realize you're way behind. I'm going to limp with 7s, hoping to flop a 7 and then felt somebody. Especially with this player. I don't remember the hands he's kind of played. I need to call. We'll lose 110 in case we miss. With 1 over, kind of hurts. He might see better here. He see bets, usually he has it. 3/4 pot. Or oh, even better for us. Now we know where we're at. Aces versus King 8. Yeah, Lucy's player gets King 8. Of course he would. That's why we need to flop a 7. So, oh, nasty. Nasty, nasty. Can't believe King 8 gets there. He's probably going to raise it. He's feeling pretty spiffy and strong. Actually, I think he bought it for 4K. That weird box. Yeah, he's up 700. The raise. I like to play trappy, and that gets myself in trouble. Because stuff like this will flop. But typically we 3-bet him. He's gonna call us anyways. So I don't mind check calling. Hoping to get like a backdoor draw, or even hitting our card. This person bets a full pot. They could be in there. I like to play this way. It gets me in trouble, but I'll be able to control the pot sometimes. You'll be able to tell if they're actually having something. They could be betting a flush draw. Heck, they might even have 5-7, right? We can represent 5-7. Check. What could they have? In that flush draw was what we put them on. 3-4. Wow, they didn't even have a straight draw. wow, we couldn't be more wrong, but we won the pot. But yeah, these players are pretty. They try to be creative. So calling second pair in this game is it's normal. Um, so another 20 minutes. Eight four diamonds on the button versus a loose player. I typically don't respect them if they're limping in and a flop like this happens and they lead out. I wouldn't believe myself if I was on the button limping with an ace. Big blind checks, which means they don't have it. So I'm going to try to steal this. Only thing that calls you is possibly a 10 or a flush draw or a set. If they had two pair, they might check it. Might not, but they can be trappy with two pair for sure. He should fold. We should be able to take this small little pot down. There we go. Alright. King 7 off in late position. You know, let me know what you guys are thinking, doing. What's next in the pipeline? I'll continue to work on my Twitch page. Do live stream Twitch for these games. AA King here just logged in. 40% VPIP, 47% VPIP. Oh man, 2 hours left in the game. We're barely up. Oh, man, I just like putting that in there. That guy to the left, he's up a little bit, barely. He ended up winning 600. I like to play bigger. I like to win at least 2 to 4K in a 10-20 game, 2 to 4K volume. I try to tell people to avoid these queen 3 hands and stuff, unless you're in late position and table image is pretty tight. You can steal these blinds every, once every other round to get you ahead, right? Definitely want to take advantage of these players. Table image. If they're tight and they're going to fold to you every time unless they play the nuts, I mean, I would take advantage of it. I know this person. They lost. Let's see. Only 2K. Oop. And why didn't I play queen? Oh, well, ace 10, 9, 10. Don't remember how the hand played out, but Jack 4 definitely folding. Maybe next time I'll have some music in the background, so you guys won't be so bored. This game is like watching grass grow, but I love it. We love it. We love these big pots. Rolled over aces versus kings. Set, bottom set versus aces. Straight versus flushes. Things like that. Seldomly you get quads or straight flush or anything like that, but you do get them. I've hit quads quite a few times in this game. Been able to take advantage of these players. trying to find a way to maximize value because I mean you hit the entire board and you don't know how to get money. That's the tricky part in this game. You know these limpers, especially the tightest player. This person here is super tight. Um, I wouldn't mess with him unless we flop something big, and we don't. He would typically have an ace here. He'll bet it. So, you know, knowing players is a skill set. You don't have to be a memory genius to understand that, but you do have to know where you're at in hands versus certain players and who to watch out for. I mean, those players. I mean, you can wait for aces versus kings, and but I mean, if you have a pair, you definitely want to set mine against them or draw out on them, chip them down, wear them down to the point where you know you can take advantage of them because they're frustrated. That's what I specialize in. Just check calling, check raising. That's just bugging the crap out of them where they want to push harder with a mediocre hand, and that's the mistake that you want to have them do. If you know they're gonna barrel twice with air or a draw, barreling twice on a draw, I mean, it happens. So, I mean, who doesn't barrel twice on open-ended straight draws? You know, trying to barrel again so that they can take down the pot because the pot is so big. Most people will bluff more on having bigger pots. That I mean, you don't want to give up the pot, you know, so that's why you bluff at it. Nines in the small blind against that razor. I mean, they lost the minimum having king 10 on a 10 high board. There were 3 cards to a straight. This player was probably going to fold. Let's see, the tightest player at the table calls. 8-5. Let's check. Let's see what happens here. Probably. Oh, another check. And the jack goes off. I don't like betting there. That overbeats us. Alright, I think our hand is definitely good here, but spade hits the river. Let's see. We know 6-7 might be there, but highly doubtful the way the hand kind of played out. Especially pre-flop razor, I would have bet it. 6-7, maybe the tight player checked. They played 6-7 suited, but I highly doubt it. Let's see, 9-6 suited on the button. I like to go after a lot of pots. I play a lot of pots. My VPIP is like 47% with like a 40% win rate. I mean, I win a lot of sessions. What can I say? I mean, playing smart, cashing out, up 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 4,000. Kind of depends on the table manner, how much time is left on the table. We got 150 minutes left. We are the 5th biggest winner. Look at these people who are down. Bought in for 4K, 6K, down 2Gs, 1,500, something, things like that. There's people waiting on the list here. 8-3 versus 5-3. These 5 clubs, man, we get in trouble all the time with this hand in late position. We're hoping to catch a wheel or deuce 3 type flop versus ace king, you know. I'm gonna let this go though. That player's been pretty loose. See how that kind of goes out. There's one glove. Oh, see, that's why we fold. Let's see here. Oh man, we dunked off like 3,000 chips. We'd be at like 6-7K right now. We didn't do that. I don't know. Is this a new player? I believe this is a new player. It is a new player. People come and go. Make sure you stay up to date with who left, who came. Checking out their VPIPs, their style of play. Let's see. Oh, limper here. I want my money back with this guy so bad. He will check raise, limp raise, things like that. Let's see. Check. I like to see that. 8 high board. Yeah. No. Don't be afraid to just milk these people, right? If they limp, you know what their typical hand ranges are, right? They're not strong. Ace X suited, Ace X anything. King Jack Queen, King Jack 9 10 8 9, whatever. This person's been very active raising. We have a decent hand, King 9 suited. Looks like a tight player just called as well. He's short stacked though, so he's gonna try to play any 2 cards, catch a decent flop, and then kind of go after. Ace 9, not really good for us. Prefer a 9, Ace 9 board. That didn't happen. It's all good though. We can easily let go of our hand. Trying to see, you know, I would say call more with suited connectors than you do non-suited connectors, especially in a game where the suit matters. You know, making flushes along with your straights and things like that, taking people's outs. Putting that type of deep thought into games is what you want to do, so that you'll be able to take advantage of, you know, these players. Just for example, I played Ace 8 offsuit. Now the 8 of spades, if we had the Ace of spades, this is a more favorable pot that we can check raise or lead out on. If we lead out, we know we're up against a 10, or even a 9, 7, or an 8, trying to make a straight. Jack Queen, King Jack, things like that. But we would have had the spade draw to go along with it. Queen 9 gets there versus Ace King. But we would have been able to try to bluff at the pot and try to take it down. Let's see here. Good comeback for us. We're over 4K again, which means we're not losing money, which is a really good thing. Let's see. All right. Let's see. My goal every week is to make a certain amount of money, which I can make a living, right? If you're essentially playing 250 days out of the year, I mean, if you take away the weekend, let's do the math here, right? If it's, man, we got a lot of Ace 8s. So 52 weeks times 2, 104 days minus 365 days in a year. You're playing 261 days, and you make $500 a day. It's 130K annual. You'd be making $500 a day. That's real grinding. That's a grind, $500 a day. You break it down into a week. 130K. Who can't live off 130K? I mean, if you're not doing anything, if you're smart, you know, you can make a good living. Now, you can reach for higher. Let's say you take a weekly go at, you know, 52 weeks, you take 2 weeks off. Let's say you take 4 weeks off. We play poker. Who cares? People take 8 weeks off. So 52 minus 8 weeks times, let's say, 5K a week. You're making 200K a year. Keep in mind, you know, you gotta pay Uncle Sam. Put some money inside in case you get audited. You know, shit happens where poker players get in trouble for not paying their taxes. So, pay your taxes. Set money aside. Savings accounts. I'm getting into the financial industry where I am going to help poker players put money aside. This game could catch up really fast And next thing you know, you're broke. You don't have any money set aside. You don't have a retirement plan, anything like that. Reach out to me if you guys are in that situation. Let's talk about how we can protect yourself financially in the future and also your family. Ace 10 with the limper. Ace 10 off in the button. Let's 4.5x this. And under the gun calls. What could he call with? And he leads out. Okay, that's very smart there. What an idiot. He should just, for all you people, you check behind if you're gonna limp like that, catch a king, check, let me try to bet it. Let the aggressor bet it. And re-raise him. And take it down. Make a little extra money. That's just not smart. The stop and go play, not smart at all. I just don't get it. Of course, we get queens the very next hand. We lose 90 that last hand, so he's gonna call again. We're gonna try to do the same thing. Bad for him if he does, but we'll play it aggressive and take this down. Win our 90 back, so we're even after 2 hands. I did flop a set of 4s earlier tonight, against a flop flush, and we got it all in there for 7K pot, and we lost. All because we let him in with ace exceeded. Hate that. I don't have the guts to raise big with him, but gets there. He probably would have called anyways with ace exceeded, but probably shouldn't have played as fast as I did with the flush on the board, flush possibility on the board, but it's so hard to flop flushes in this game. If you do, it's nice, but go up against a set, we're always sweating. So many times where one card makes a difference. So, what do we got here? Ace 4 hearts. We limp folded to a $110 raise. With 7-8 off. I should have folded 7-8 off. We cost ourselves 20. We'll raise this time. See if the button doesn't do anything. Let's see what we got here. 4 is a good card. All gloves. We do not need that. So, now 3 overs against our hand. Go through any bets. That will auto check. The bet raise. Alright. I think we have a few more hands here before we officially call it. Thanks you guys for watching. Definitely check out my website, winatpoker.com. Sign up for Sports Picks Daily. My blog, write about poker, life, fine dining, things like that. And, watch me play every now and then. Definitely check out my videos. We'll get it uploaded here on Twitch. Next time I hope to do a live stream for the game. Alright. I love 3, 4, 4, 5 suited. Man, you can catch really good size pots with these hands. So. Prefer to play them like that. But we're in the big blind. We can defend our blinds. Most people are raising with ace, anything, king, anything. This guy. What to deal with this guy? He's tightened up. So, kind of want to approach that cautiously. Jack on the board. Okay, maybe a hard turn. Nope. 4 high. We'll check. And we'll check. We lose. So, we caught us on the turn anyways. Let's see. He's been getting good hands on the spot now. Not raising. 9 days. We'll go ahead and flip this. Thanks you guys for watching. we'll better the show as we go on. Definitely check out my site and take advantage of anything. Poker life, sports. Peace out, guys. Until next time.